Welcome to Talkin' Baseball with Brian Stull and Andy Van Slyke, exclusively on 101sports.com.
Welcome back to 101sports.com with Andy Van Slyke. I'm Brian Stull. Time for another edition of Talking Baseball. And this past Sunday morning, we were doing some of the math, and I just kind of threw out there, well, if Albert Pujols were to go 12 for 15, we wouldn't have to worry about him batting 360 or whatever the numbers are the rest of the season. He went out and went 3 for 4 and had a 465-foot home run. Now he's going to PNC Park against the Pirates, where he's the best hitter in stadium history there. Are we going to see Albert batting 300 by the end of this week?
Well, look I wouldn't be surprised at anything Albert does in this game. He has surpassed, I think, everybody's expectations since he's been a rookie in this league. He has done things in the Cardinal uniform that even Stan the Man couldn't accomplish. He's done things the first 10 years in his big league career that no player's ever accomplished. So the fact that he's been so far behind the 8 ball this year and not hit 300 at this point, for him to hit 380 the rest of the year or 350 the rest of the year and get to 300, we might as well just write it down. He's probably going to hit 300.
And by the way, 391 on the last homestand, so it's just Albert being Albert, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a matter of time before Albert was going to start looking like Albert, and it was a long time coming, but he always said, just wait, I'm still Albert.
And now, obviously, Pujols is a key for the offense, but a key for the Cardinals, by all accounts, is the starting rotation. We've seen them start to get in a bit of a groove. Jake Westbrook has been going deeper into games. Carpenter looks more like the Carpenter of old. Kyle Loesch has lowered that arm slot, which helped him. It's a matter now of trying to get, I guess, Garcia out of a little bit of this funk and some consistency out of Edwin Jackson.
Well, I think, at this point going forward, it's going to be Garcia and Jackson that are going to be big two concerns for me. Carpenter had his early problems in the year, and the other guys have figured out. Westbrook was having his problems early in the year. He's been pitching great since the All-Star break. But again, having said that, it seems that they've always taken a turn this year of having their issues and having their problems. So the issue, again, Brian, is going to be whether this ball club can put a streak together of 10 games, win 10 games out of 12 games. And if they can do that, I think what we're going to see is they're going to be in the lead in this division or right there.
Yeah, well, that was going to be my next question for you. There's roughly 40 games left in the season. Milwaukee, a 5-game lead. Is it a matter of chipping away? You try and average a game or so a week? I mean, Milwaukee's playing really good baseball, so it's a lot of things have to happen at this point. How do you...
I think you don't worry about that. I think what you do is you try to win every series. If you win every series, especially against the Cubs, coming up this weekend, especially Pittsburgh this week, you got to win those. I mean, if they go 500, it's not good enough. It just isn't. When you play Pittsburgh and the Cubs, I'm sorry, you got to win 2 out of 3 every time you play them going forward. If they don't do that, I just don't see Milwaukee having a meltdown. And if they don't have a meltdown, the Cardinals aren't going to win the division.
That's Andy Van Slyke. I'm Brian Stull. This has been Talking Baseball for 101sports.com and 101 ESPN.